And good morning. It's 7:04 on this Wednesday, June 15th. It's time to head to Studio B for Coleman and Company.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome. Wednesday morning. The sun is shining. It's going to be another hot one. We're glad to have you with us and glad to have Bob McDonald to talk about Cedarstone Bank. Bob, good morning.
Good morning, Coleman.
And welcome again. How are things?
Thank you. Good to be with you. Thanks for letting me dial in. I've got a meeting that's going to be starting up here in just a second down at our Nashville office there in Donaldson. And I'll be meeting with our folks down there, and I'll see Robert. I'll be sure and tell him that you said hello.
Yes, give Robert my regards.
I'll do it. I need to get him up there to fill in for me sometimes. Sometimes he misses not seeing you lately.
Yeah. Well, he's a good one.
Yeah, he's working hard down there, and that office is doing well, and our office there in Mount Juliet is doing well. And of course, we're busy in Lebanon, so there's a lot going on. I tell you, we hear about economics and the economy and what's going on around the country, but things remain very vibrant here in your listening area and in the three markets and the three communities that we serve. Of course, we're seeing inflation, we're seeing gas prices increase, we're seeing food prices increase, but fortunately, Coleman, we've got a diversified economy, so we're able to deal with that. But certainly, we need to get a grip on this inflation, and it's pretty certain the Fed's going to raise rates by 0.5 point this week. They're talking about maybe 0.75 of a point. Hope they don't do that. That's a little much at one time. So we'll see. We'll see how that works out.
You're maybe okay with 0.5%.
0.5%, I think, will be fine. We do need to get this thing under control, and we don't need to shut the economy down. We don't need to slow it down so much that we get into a recession, which is certainly a possibility that we're hearing about. Fed will do all they can to avoid that. So it should be very interesting these next 30 to 60 days when the Fed meets this month and then next month. So we just need to keep our head down, keep working hard, and this will all get worked out at some point. In the meantime, we just need to remain positive and just keep doing our thing.
Well, doing your thing, part of that, of course, is lending money. People still borrowing money from you?
That's exactly right. They are, and we're busy, Coleman, in all of our areas. We are seeing rates increase, but they're still historically very good rates. So if people need to borrow money for the right reason, if they need to buy a house, if they need to buy equipment for their business, if they need to do renovations to their home, then rates are still good. If they need to buy a car, rates are still good. So don't let the reality of rate increases and the possibility of more rate increases keep you from doing what you need to do, because, again, rates are still at very good historical levels.
Well, that's definitely right. As we said many years ago, if we had rates like this, we would have thought we were in paradise.
Isn't that the truth? Yeah, and that, compared to 78, 80, rates are 18, 20%. So we're nowhere near that, and we've learned as a country how to deal with those types of issues without things getting to that point. So the Federal Reserve has learned how to manage those types of situations much better, and keeping an eye on rates and keeping things moderate, if you will.
Well, we ought to mention, as we always do, that free checking account, which is more than a free checking account at Cedarstone.
Well, it's Coleman. It's a terrific account, and I'll say today that with our recent graduates across your listening area, graduated from high school, and those who are going off to college, the great thing about our checking account, Coleman, is they can come open up their account here with us, and then as they go off to college, their families, their parents can deposit money into their account, and they can use their Cedar Stone debit card at any ATM in the world, at any college campus, and it's free. We reimburse them those fees. So we would just like to remind your listeners out there who don't currently have that type of account with us to come in and visit with us. It would be our pleasure to talk about our free checking account and how convenient it can be for their college student when they go off. They can make those deposits right here locally. They can do it. They can come in the bank and make the deposit, or they can do it electronically with a mobile deposit, and then those funds will be available to their student when they're on college campus.
Right, and this would especially work well for somebody that just graduated from high school, about to start to college. They can spend the next 4 or 5 years banking with Cedar Stone and doing it just like you said. And I don't know of a better way.
And then it's a great way to get started and establish your banking relationship, get you a banker, and who'll be there with you for a lifetime. And so it's a great way to get started. And it will be our pleasure and be delighted to visit with families who would like to have that type of service.
All right. Well, I hope you have a great day and accomplish your mission for today. And we'll be with us next Wednesday, and we'll do it all over again.
Thank you, my friend. See you soon. Have a great day, Coleman.
All right. Bob McDonald, he's President, CEO, Cedar Stone Bank, Lebanon, Mount Juliet, Thompson. Simple banking, simply better. We're 10 and a half after the hour. Mark Hinesley is my guest this morning. Mark Hinesley is the President and Chief Encouragement Officer for the Mount Juliet Chamber of Commerce, and he is here. Actually, I've said this before. Good morning. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, Coleman. How are you?
I'm fine. I've said this before. If I got here at 5 o'clock, which I don't, you'd be here at 4:55.
Ready to go. Ready to go.
How was your trip to Lebanon this morning?
I'll tell you what, it was great. The sun's a little higher than it was a month ago, it seems like. I don't remember that much sun in my eyes.
And a little bit more to the left.
Yeah, it was all right. I'll tell you what, congratulations on all the work that's been done, from the Square West. It sure is a nice, smooth drive coming in the morning, that's for sure. So I'm going to have another stoplight out there at Carver Lane, and boy, Cairo Bend, excuse me, that has really taken off out there. So, but the traffic was moving like it's supposed to.
Yep.
And somebody's taking care of the potholes. It was a smooth ride. Didn't even bother spilling my coffee this morning.
Hey,
so.
I still remember your comment back probably in February or March. But it wasn't a pothole. It was a problem. It was
those darn speed bumps.
Yeah, speed bump.
My gosh. I'm not sure those work like they're supposed to. I think they're in cahoots with the front-end alignment people, if I'm not mistaken. So, no, it's nice. It was good. Thanks for asking.
Well, you mentioned those traffic lights. One at Carver Lane, I guess is going.
I said Carver Lane. I meant Cairo Bend Road,
right,
the one
but
that's
the
flashed.
park is down there, Cairo Bend Road.
That's right, the new Goodall Homes up there on the reserve. It's very nice and close to 109. Those kind of subdivisions like that, they're strategically being put in the right places to minimize the impact of traffic and still give people a great place to live, and will affect very, very few other choke points in Lebanon. They're easy in, easy out, and that's first class out there. So,
well, how's everything with your Chamber of Commerce? You're
I
going
gotta tell
strong,
you,
I think.
Oh my gosh, we had a fantastic membership event back April 18, 19, and 20. Introduced the Chamber to a lot of new folks and new businesses and programs. Every one of them just seems like it's on fire right now. People want to get out, meet people. We connect folks, promote them, advocate for them, support them. And I think we're 20-some years of, call me if you ever need anything. We kind of feel like the dog that caught the UPS truck. It's like, oh my gosh, what are we going to do now? But it's a great place to do business. Planning Commission agenda Thursday night has some really great projects on it, both residential and commercial, some rezoning, and excited about that. City Commission meeting was last Monday night, a Monday night, and they're getting ready for the 50th birthday of the city of Mount Juliet. Will be July the 16th, I believe. Mount Juliet was chartered in 1972, so this is our 50th birthday, and we're going to hear about that at our monthly luncheon today. But now with all those new folks coming into the chamber, we've had to add additional networking opportunities, community development meetings. Our leading women are doing magnificent things. We've got fantastic leadership there, and they gave out a record number, thousands of dollars in scholarships this year to young ladies all across Wilson County. And then our Leadership by the Book program, which is the book being the Bible. Folks get together once a month, and they're actually going to have an outdoor picnic Friday. They usually meet on the third Friday of the month, I believe. So excited about that. That's this Friday morning. And our community development meetings, it just seems like we almost don't have enough time to talk about all the new projects that are coming online. So,
Well, you're going and growing, that's for sure.
well, the little secret's out, that's for sure. A lot of folks are relieved now that the bridge over I-40 for all practical purposes is done, and traffic is running the way it's supposed to. Still got some cleanup to do, some lines on the street.
Considerably smoother now.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing, and if you can call a bridge pretty, they did a nice job on it. It's pretty. It kind of makes us proud. A lot of landscaping, sign. Of course, they've had the entire intersection's been lit up LED for quite a while, but those rodeo days are over out there, I think. So, and as traffic gets smoother, that probably invites more traffic. Oh, look, we can get through there in no time. And one of these days, it'll be clogged up again, hopefully about the time the Central Pike interchange is done. So.
Mark Heinsley of the Mount Juliet Chamber of Commerce is with us. A break right here, and more coming up on Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
And it's 7:16. Let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to Bates Ford, get a battery installed on most vehicles. 134.95. Bates Ford, 1673 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Move the damaged vehicles out here on the scene of this crash, 40 westbound at Central Pike and Hermitage. It's heavy out here with all that traffic coming in from Wilson County on I-40, but it's moving a little bit better than it was because of that crash, but it's heavy. Again, that's 40 westbound at Central Pike and Hermitage. We've watched it pick up quite a bit also on 24 coming in through the Jolton area. Hey, Princess Hot Chicken is available for catering. They're hiring at all their locations. That food is so good. Check out that menu at princesshotchicken.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Contact Stephen Lowry Land Clearing for all your land clearing needs. Whether it's clearing trails for ATVs, reclaiming pasture, or clearing your land of brush and trees, Stephen Lowry can get the job done. He works closely with customers, adjusting to make changes as you want. Stephen Lowry will give you quality work at a price that you could afford. He will also beat any written estimate. Call Stephen Lowry at 615-970-8154 for all your land clearing needs. That's Stephen Lowry Land Clearing, 615-970-8154.
Coleman and Company, welcome here on a Wednesday morning. Mark Heinsley is just one of our regulars now on this particular Wednesday of the month. You are with us, and we find out. Now, we do a good job already with Mount Juliet, but you just make it better. There's two people that I have found out, I really think, that have their finger on the pulse of Mount Juliet, and you definitely are one of them. And I'm going to have to say Kenny Martin is probably the other one.
Well, you know what, Kenny and I, we both, I'm not sure, to be honest with you, that either one of us are going to ever make it on brains or looks. So we have to get up early, and we have to out-hustle everybody. And if you want to see a hustler, drive up and down Mount Juliet Road 5, 6, 6:30 at night. Kenny Martin religiously walks the streets of Mount Juliet. He may not wave if you honk because he's got those ear things in, but he's picking up trash and making sure everything's in order. And I see him, he's out there almost every single night, I believe. So, and if he sees a mess, he's going to get it swept up. And
when they said, let's keep our city clean,
that's right.
He took it to heart.
He did. He sure did. And, and that sets the tone for everybody because they're out there. It's 100+ degrees yesterday, and the Parks Department's over there, trimming down little trees, keeping the weeds out over by the train station, and they do a really nice job, and they take pride in it, and you can see that every single day. Just drive by the clock tower. They do a remarkable job. So, and it does, and that encourages other people. And then you get more people doing it, and that encourages them. And then, when you see something that's not quite right, it's unusual. It's not the norm. So, and that could all go south in a heartbeat if, we didn't start taking care of that first broken window, as Kenny likes to say. You end up with 2 broken windows, and you end up with 4, and then nobody cares. The next thing you know, everybody's littering. Well, it can go the other way too. And so, doing really hard to make it patriotic, beautiful, safe, and I'm glad that Kenny comes over here, Justin, and of course Chief Hambrick. He's got his country music CD coming out this weekend.
Right.
Never thought I'd hear that, but so if you're looking for a Father's Day present, he's hawking CDs right now, and he's a great guy. And then Jamie Luffman, our fire chief. He needed hard hats and 2 shovels last night when I talked to him, so he's got a photo op this morning. So they're doing a good job.
What else is on your mind this morning?
Well, you know what? There's 3 things that are a little bit too high for me right now. Interest rates, the price of gas, and these darn temperatures. It's like, I'm looking for inside projects now, but I am going to go out on a limb, Coleman, with you this morning, and I'm going to make a prediction. 2024 is going to be a great year for refinancing. We're getting in at 6, probably 7, and maybe even a little higher than that. Reminds me of, gosh, when I got out of high school in the late 70s, I had friends that were buying houses. Interest rates were 17, 18%, Unemployment was 11%. Inflation was 10, 12%, whatever it was. And you just got up in the morning, did what you needed to do, and somehow things all worked out. But food costs are expensive. Gosh, the price of gas, it's going to get expensive. Just think of this. We got a race coming up, too, out at the Speedway. The price of fuel in those cars going around all those left-hand turns. So
I saw something, I don't know, but it was an interesting article, and I think it is so true, that the price of gasoline has so much to do with everything.
Everything. Whatever you look, this morning I thought, I'm almost out of toothpaste. I got to run to the store. Well, you know what? Somebody has to make the toothpaste, ship it across the country, wherever it comes from. Those costs are going up faster. Who knows what I'm going to be paying for Colgate when I go to the store later today. But eggs, have really shot through the roof. If you don't have a friend that raises chickens, you're going to feel that. But the price of milk, everything that, and gosh, the lumber prices, they might have stabilized a little bit, but no, it costs a whole lot more to get things from point A to point B, and a lot more.
And the price we pay for it is reflected in that.
It sure is, and that I'm sure that will level out, probably get back in one of these days. This will be in the rear view mirror, but nobody's getting a raise that I know of just because the costs are going up. So when you say yes to gasoline, you got to have gasoline, you got to have food. You say no to something else, and that could be that little extra dinner out, could be that little extra, well, I won't spend quite as much on Mother's Day or Father's Day, or we may not be able to buy all the clothes we wanted for back to school or whatever. So those dollars are going to be crucial, and if you're out there spending them, I say it every time, but if you can get it local, try to find it here, and the businesses will appreciate it because they can only raise their prices so much, and before it starts, maybe they can't hire that extra person. Maybe they have to close down a little bit, close earlier in the evening. Stores are opening later in the morning. Some restaurants are even closing up a certain day of the week. So get out there and support them. If you have any questions, call your local chamber. I'm sure we'll be more than happy to help you, and we're going to make it easier because something we're working on now, and hope to have it done by 2 weeks from Friday. I'm hoping July 1st, but think of taking your mobile device and scanning a QR code and having a map of Mount Juliet pop up with every chamber member on there. You scroll over it and takes you right to their website, tells you their hours of operation, and if you want to, push the button and Siri will tell you how to get there. So we should have that in place. I wanted it in place before the tax-free weekend. That's usually a weekend that gets people out shopping, and I know not all these places are going to be tax-free, but when you're out and about, hey, we've never been over to the Nook or Trace Chicks or Bella's or wherever. I'm sure some people have heard about the Christmas store, but they may not even know where it's at. So we're going to do whatever we can, as always, just to get people, make them more aware, provide opportunities to shop local.
You're one of the first to do this, maybe?
Well, you know, there's a lot of folks that do printed maps. They put them in hotel rooms, and tourism folks use them. You know, a fold-out little map with little dots of where the businesses are, and those are great for about one day. And then as soon as you get them printed, before they even get to the office, in many cases, especially as many changes as we have, whether that's a business name change or a new one pop up, I never want to be in a spot where a new business says, well, how do I get on that shopping guide? Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to print more next year. We can have you at it. I want to be able to say, I can have you on there in 10 minutes and just go in and, you know, you should be able to scan that QR code. We'll have window stickers in most of the businesses, and scan that, and there you go.
This is going to be something that goes with being a member of the Mount Juliet Chamber?
You know, probably not.
No?
I think it's going to be something that what we'll probably do is highlight the chamber members. If you want to support chamber folks, you can do it, but I don't want to leave anybody out.
Oh,
we got
okay.
a lot of great businesses that for whatever reason they've chosen not to join the chamber at this time, and you know what, we love them too. I mean, those are just future members, and somebody told me many, many years ago when I started, every business in town benefits from a healthy chamber of commerce, but they won't all pay dues. And I'm okay with that, you know, because I look at them, and in a lot of ways, they've decided to give their money to other great causes, helping great organizations, and it's we're sort of all in it together, and everybody's doing their part. And it does get easier when you have more people pulling the wagon, but we try to treat them all the same.
But here again, as you mentioned earlier, though, you've had a wonderful recruiting session and added members. You're probably stronger now than maybe you've ever been.
We had 139 new businesses support the chamber in less than 48 hours. So yeah, that was a pretty doggone good 48 hours, and we got 364 days from the time that ended to figure out how to give them more than their money's worth. And a lot of it's just awareness. We have people all the time, well, I'd join a chamber, but I can't get involved. And I say, that's great, because not too many people make money sitting in a meeting or, you know, going to a lunch thing. If business is great, you know, you're kind of drinking from a well that was dug a long time ago, as Clark Boyd said one time on this show. And so, you know, let's keep working together so that those people that come after us, our kids and grandkids, that they have a great community to do business in. So
I love these sayings, cliches, whatever.
I hear them sometimes. Clark, I thought, now that is perfect.
Yeah.
You know, we are drinking from a well that was dug, you know, by the people before us. And kind of wore out the one about sitting under a shade tree because somebody planted an acorn, but it's all the same. You know, we have a responsibility for our kids, for the people that are moving here, and we take it pretty serious. And on top of that, we have a great time doing it. All you got to do is drive up and down the streets and the country roads of Wilson County, and so many people have worked so hard to make it the place to be. And I'm just tickled every day to have a board of directors and a bunch of volunteers and members that support our cause, and I can't hardly wait to get started every day.
How long you been at the chamber?
I think I'm coming up on the end of my 25th year.
Okay, so you've been there almost half as long as Mount Juliet's been an incorporated city.
I guess if you look at it that way. Somebody said, when are you going to retire? And I said, well, I got a plan for that now. I didn't have a plan before, but there was a lady that just retired in Bradley County, Cleveland. She had 40 years as a chamber director or on the chamber team, and that was the longest serving one, if I'm not mistaken. So I thought, well, all I got to do is get to 40 years in one day. I may be 77 years old, but we got an elevator in the office, and we got front row parking with a blue sign, so I'm going to make it. They're not chasing me out yet.
Well, I was just thinking, in 25 years, just changes you have seen in Mount Juliet.
Oh, it's been incredible.
Yeah.
You know, from one police car to one of the most recognized police departments in the entire state of Tennessee. I think probably the thing that I'm about as proud of as anything is our education system. I remember when there was a subdivision being built off Old Lebanon Dirt Road. and this has been before Wilson Central was built, I remember. They were promoting Davidson County Schools. A big sign out there, Davidson County Schools. You know, we've always had good teachers, and, you know, the buildings, we've had good schools, but we just didn't know how to market it or couldn't seem to get along with ourselves, whatever, and then things started changing, and now we've got pretty much a world-class public education system. We've got great private schools. We've got, you know, Friendship Christian and Mount Juliet Christian Academy. Now, Wilson County Schools, it's number one, and without that, none of this is possible. Very little of it's possible without this. So, and they somehow, with all of this growth, still the number one cattle producing county in Tennessee, the number one in Century Farms, the best county fair, and now state fair.
Yeah.
So leadership has found a way to keep those things that are so near and dear to us and still welcome and invite so much new stuff. There's just no other place like it, Coleman.
Good to have you today. Our time has come and gone.
Goes fast, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. See
All right.
you next month.
You will.
Mark Hinesley with the Mount Juliet Chamber of Commerce and Part 1 of Coleman and Company. More coming up here on FM 98.9.
And at 7:31, let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to our friends at Absolute Kubota, they have Red Max, complete inventory of weed eaters, blowers, hedge trimmers for the commercial user and homeowner with up to a 4-year warranty. 1506 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. Traffic's really slow now at time 65 southbound here at Trinity Lane. They just moved that wreck on 24 past Shelby. It slowed it down pretty good eastbound there as you come past Ellington Parkway. Again, that wreck's been cleared on 24 eastbound at Shelby before you get to the Sullivan Evans Bridge, but it's pretty slow. It's also pretty heavy on Vietnam Vets getting on that ramp to 65 going southbound. Hey, Ripley's has a great summer camp for the kids coming up. Space is very limited. Log on today, Ripley's Aquarium of the Smokies.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
This is Bob McDonald with Cedarstone Bank. For 17 years now, we've been serving our communities in Lebanon, Mount Juliet, and Donaldson. We can serve you in the way that best fits your needs. We have all the banking technology, we have beautiful buildings, but more importantly, we have great people. On behalf of our board of directors, I thank you for banking with us. If you don't currently bank with us, please come by and visit us in any of our locations. It would be our pleasure to talk with you about how simple banking is simply better.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Gregory Dental Group in Lebanon is a family dental practice located across from Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital. They offer cosmetic procedures, dental implant services, and now featuring new digital dentures. Premium dentures in just 2 appointments. No insurance, no problem. Call about our discount plan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Derek Gregory. In my office, you can count on compassionate staff who will truly listen to you, take the time to get to know you, and discuss your personal needs. I look forward to meeting you.
Gregory Dental Group, 444-0322, West Medora Parkway across from Gibbs Pharmacy.
This week staying dangerously hot for us. High of 97 expected for today with a heat index around 105 thanks to the humidity. We will only cool down to the mid-70s at night and be back in the upper 90s for Thursday and Friday. This weather forecast is brought to you by Walker Auction and Realty, professional auction and real estate services. Get top dollar for your home, land, or personal property. Log on to MikeWalkerAuctions.com. They know auctions. That's a look at your forecast. I'm Number 1 Ned.
Coleman and Company, welcome to Part 2. It is a Wednesday morning and time for us to talk about Herc Rental. Keith Illy is here, and we have Philip Etherly back. Philip, I'll say good morning to you first.
Good morning.
Good to see you today. And Keith, good morning to you.
Good morning. How are
Hope
you?
things are going well. I'm doing fine.
Good.
Fine. It's kind of hot out there.
We are definitely trying to stay cool.
Well, we'll remind everybody, Herc Rentals, formerly Absolute Rental and Supply at 1325 West Main in Lebanon. That phone number is the same, 615-443-RENT, and something that you're not planning to change. We've had an ownership change, and that's about it, isn't it?
It really is. You know, all the staff is still there, and we've added staff. Keith and Herc has brought in lots of qualified people, so it's really a good thing overall.
Well, Keith, what do you want to hit on this morning? Let me remind everybody again. We've always with Philip really focused on that phone number, 615-443-RENT, which is an easy one to remember and something I know you're not going to change. But people go to your website and then they call and make their reservations, hopefully a day or two in advance. But you're going to accommodate anybody with what you've got when they need it, if you can.
Absolutely. Yeah. So probably the biggest thing that I want to hit on this morning is it's our people, right? I mean, without people, it's hard to run a business. So we are constantly looking for good people that are driven, that want to work and do better every day. We have so many programs to help young people get off, and you can really make a good career out of Herc Rentals. And a lot of the time, it starts like I did, right in the yard as a yard worker. And from there, if you're driven, show up on work on time, and do your best work, we have like a mechanic program. We provide the tools, a toolbox, and you can really promote up with our company.
Mm-hmm.
And we like to promote within, obviously. So we are always looking for good people. So keep us in mind. Anyone in Lebanon area you're looking for a job, we have a few positions right now open for some good equipment coordinators.
Mm-hmm. Well, your hours, we've usually dwelt on that quite a bit. You are open to serve the people, and so you're open from when to when?
We're open 7 to 5, Monday through Friday, and Saturdays from 7 to 4 o'clock. And we do, Phillips had some great promotional, 4-hour specials. One thing that we've probably tweaked a little bit, it's a great deal, but we're doing, you could pick it up on a Friday afternoon and then bring it back on a Monday morning for the 1-day rental. And that way you don't have to worry about, if you wanted to work a little bit on a Saturday, a little bit on a Sunday, you could do so. And then you're just going to still be charged the 1 day if you keep it within that 8-hour runtime of the machine. Mm-hmm. Especially with 4th of July coming up, lots of parties. If you have yard work to do, you're looking for lawnmowers. If you're having a party, we have lights, we have AC units, misting fans, chillers, small generators, and anything that you're going to need to get ready for the party, we should be able to take care of you.
Like if you need to get up high, ladders, extensions, things, those sorts of things.
That's correct. As we talked about, the towable booms, if you're needing to hang lights, clean gutters, we have it.
Anything you want to add to that, Philip?
No,
you've been doing a lot of this all these years.
Yeah, it is really such a pleasure, though, to know the increase in volume of equipment that we have available to us now. Things that Keith just mentioned there, at Absolute Rental, we could never have the portable air conditioners or the misters and stuff like that. But with Hertz, great variety of equipment, all that's opened up to us here in Lebanon now. So it's really a huge plus.
And I think you have maybe some extra things that contractors might need too.
We
Maybe
do.
a lot of them.
We are really trying to cater to both markets, to take care of the homeowner and then also take care of any industrial, general contractor, and anyone else that might need anything.
Well, you have a great location that Philip picked out 20 years ago, and it's busier now probably than ever before, and I don't think you're planning to move anywhere.
No, we're not going to move anywhere. And Philip he's did a great job, and just in the month that I've gotten to work with Philip, I've learned a lot. He is definitely skilled in this game, so he's taught me plenty.
All right, 615-443-RENT, and of course your website. What's the website?
HercRentals.com.
All right, Rentals.
Rentals.com.
You go there, you can find your entire inventory, and then call 615-443-RENT and make your reservation. It's that simple.
Yes, sir.
All right, well, thank you all for being with us today. We'll see you next week.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good one. All right, Herc Rental, again, 1325 West Main in Lebanon, Keith Illy, and of course, Philip Esley this morning. We're about 22 before the hour, and I've got two gentlemen I want to introduce who have sat down at the table this morning. We have Evan Watson, who is with us. Evan, good morning to you.
Good morning.
And we have Adam Tomlinson. Adam, good morning.
Thank you. Thank you for having
Y'all
us.
are with Leadership Wilson, and honestly, that's about all I know. So you're going to tell us a story here this morning.
Yeah.
So you're on one of those, I guess you have a committee That's the way leadership.
A project
A team, all right, project team. Not exactly a committee, but a project team.
Close
a
enough.
group of people who have a common goal.
That's right.
And you work together, you come up with an idea, maybe to better our community or something.
That's exactly right.
And I think that's what you're here to talk about, what y'all have come up with.
Absolutely. So we're here to talk about our Leadership Wilson project from this past year class that went through. Our team came together shortly after going through Ag Day for Leadership Wilson. And we talked a lot with Mayor Hutto. This is actually a project that Mayor Hutto and Lucas Holman with the Tennessee Ag Extension Office had discussed before, but creating a resource for Wilson County residents to access and get knowledge, information, accessibility to farm products, raised right here in Wilson County and support our farmers. Mark Hinesley just mentioned it a minute ago, the way that this county is still growing and has changed, but our roots go back to that farming community. So to connect these new people that are flooding into our county and to show them, they're coming for our way of life, and we wanted to help them get access to those things. So that's where we developed Raised and Rooted Wilson County. It's a Facebook page, more of a community is really what we're trying to create. For people to get access and information about these products that are raised right here in Wilson County. So as we went out to tackle this project, we ran across there's PICTN, which is a great resource. It's sponsored by the state, and they have every farm across the state where you can go and find the products and stuff and information about them. But it's very hard to navigate and actually get access to that information. So we wanted something more where we could create a conversation around these products in a community, and all it's about is just supporting those farmers. Mm-hmm. And as our county has exploded and flourished, the farmers should be as well, right? So the biggest thing is just not having the knowledge. Adam and I both grew up right here in Wilson County, but those folks that have not, they don't know where to go to find this information. They don't know where to go to find those products. So that's where Raised and Rooted Wilson County was created from. So we do focus on specific farm products, eggs, beef, eggs, poultry of all sorts, fruit, vegetables. Just trying to highlight those main areas while we can as we get this going. We've had a few reach out in different areas, but just trying to hone in on those first and kind of get a good process down. So since launching our Facebook page, we're a little less than 5 weeks in. And when we originally launched this, we had a goal to get, by the end of the year, Adam and a few of our teammates had talked about if we could get 2,000 people that had never interacted with Wilson County Farms involved, we thought this would be a huge success. And as of this morning, we're approaching 4,000 people. So just 5 weeks in. So it's a growing community. It's a place people have gone on there, and I've learned a lot in the process. But people are learning and posting and sharing comments and pictures from their experience at these farms and going to support local farmers. So it's been an amazing thing so far.
Adam, anything you want to add to that? Did he tell it pretty good?
He does a great job. He's our mouthpiece for our initiative that we have going. But like you said, both of us grew up here, and unless you're a local person that has a friend that raises beef, that you say, hey, can I get some beef from you, or get a cow or some chicken or some fresh eggs? Or if you're driving down a country road and you see a sign on the side of the road that says farm fresh eggs, a lot of people don't know where you can go to locate this stuff. Mm-hmm. Especially with a lot of out-of-towners that are moving here. And our whole goal was to really just connect everybody, to connect the local people, such as Evan and myself and the other Wilson County folks that are now, instead of going to Walmart or the big supermarkets, that are wanting that local raised product, that they know where it came from, they know how it was sourced, and they want to support local Wilson County folks. And that's where we are, and that was the whole goal behind what we decided to do and why it became such a passion for us.
How many members are on your team, in this team?
There's 6 of us that are on the team. Mm-hmm.
Well, do you know the other 4? You want to give their names this morning?
Yeah, we can. We have Adam Tomlinson, obviously. We mentioned myself, Evan, Kristen Purrier, Lena Boyd, Barbara Sherrill, and Riley Alcorn.
our other teammates.
So all of you were in this class, Leadership Wilson.
Yep, we're in this most recent class
and
that
you
came
were
through.
on this particular, assigned to this particular team.
We actually chose this. You get to select your projects for the most part. We chose the 6 of us to be on this team. So.
Well, how many listings or how many people throughout Wilson County are available to provide some of what you've been talking about?
Yeah, absolutely. So let me talk a little bit about the 2 resources that help with that. The main thing. So we had over 50 farms participate from our initial offering. That included us cold calling farms to get their permission to have them be a part of this. And remember, there's no gimmick, there's no sales. We're not selling them anything. That doesn't cost anything. It's just all about promoting them and supporting them. So we had a little over 50 from the start. And since then, we've had farms reaching out to us and say, "Hey, what does it take to be on the page?" And nothing. Just we want to feature you. So we like to plug into their social media as well and help them because usually there's not a social media class out there for farmers, right? That's not what they do. That's not what makes them money. So we're trying to help them and support them in that role by having this page. So to go back to the resources, the first one, we have an interactive map that has a pin on every farm in Wilson County that agreed to participate. If you click on that, it'll give you contact information, when they're open, what they offer, the best way to contact them, other places you may be able to get their items, and of course what they specialize in. So and links to their social media. So that's huge. An interactive map right there, that you can navigate, and we'll continue to add to that map as we can. The other great thing is if you interact with our messenger on the Facebook page, it will help you locate those local farms. So if you choose the community you're in, Watertown, Lebanon, Mount Juliet, it should help, and what you're looking for. If it's beef, it should give you the 5 closest farms to you that can offer those services. So again, kind of what we were saying before is where in other resources, you had to really go out and seek that information. We've pretty well all got our phones in our hand and pretty well all got Facebook. And it's really easy to get interacted with that. And you've got somebody pushing you information through that messenger.
How many listings do you think you have now, approximately?
What do you think we're over? I know we're over 55 because we started with a little over 50 and we've added at least 4 that I know of. So I could probably grab that information shortly.
And there are probably more that will be coming on.
We hope so. If they want to be featured there, then we want to support them. So.
But, this is quite a project, quite an undertaking, really.
It has been.
But the 6 of you evidently have done a great job. And you said you were hoping for 2,000. You've got, did you say 4,400?
That's between likes and follows. So combining those numbers, we're approaching 4,000.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. With that, we need to take a break. We'll talk more with Evan and Adam in a moment. This is Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
And at 7:47, let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to our friends at Bates Ford, and they've got the Works Vehicle Checkup. They'll make sure your vehicle is ready for any road. $49.95 up to 5 quarts oil, tax and disposal, tire rotation, safety check too. 1673 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
By making its way 65 southbound here at Trinity Lane. Still moving I-40 coming in from Dixon County. Wilson County traffic's been pretty quiet so far, with the exception of some radar in Mount Juliet this morning on I-40. Sections of I-40, be careful. On the scene of a wreck, South Nashville, 3700 block of Murfreesboro Pike. Hey, Princess Hot Chicken is hiring. Check them out today at princesshotchicken.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
This is Philip Etherly with Absolute Rental and Supply. Whether it's cleaning, painting, remodeling, or simply getting better organized, we have the tools and equipment to get the job done. Scaffolding, paint sprayers, ladders, power saws, portable heaters, temporary lighting, generators, hardwood floor staples. From wallpaper steamers to bulldozers, Absolute Rental has what you need. Call 615-443-RENT. Absolute Rental and Supply. We have what you need.
Coleman and Company, we're having fun during the break here. Evan Watson is with us along with Adam Tomlinson and part of the Leadership Wilson team that is promoting Wilson County, would you say agricultural products?
That's right.
Okay. Yeah. So now if I understand this right, and you're going to have to tell us where to go, but I can get on the internet, get on Facebook, get on something here. And if I want to know who all's selling tomatoes in Wilson County,
That's right.
You got it there for me.
Yep.
Or who's selling strawberries, or who's selling beef, or poultry, or whatever.
That's exactly right. So instead of having to go follow, and while we do encourage you to go follow those individual farms page, once you find out about them, a lot of people, where do you start? If you want those things, where do you start? You go to Facebook, you're just searching farm. You don't exactly know which ones, especially, like I said, if you haven't been in this area a long time. So by being a part of our page, we're pushing you the information from those farms. So you can go out there and navigate and find the tomatoes, like you said, but you also find a lot more information about what kind of events are coming up in that arena. Last weekend, Circle S had a field day, and we helped them promote that. And Major's Beef has specials going on right now. Shop Springs Creamery has restocked their beef out there. So all those things, instead of going to source that individual information from all those places, we're helping push it to you. And that's how we want these people to get engaged. So after you like and follow our page, you should see those in your news feed. And then as we promote those other farmers' pages and they interact with them on social media, you'll know where to go now. You can go to their page, and then that's perfectly fine. We're not trying to detract from them. All it is supporting them, kind of pushing them along.
Well, now Dory Mitchell heads up the leadership. Wilson is in charge of all the teams and all of this. And every once in a while, we get a group of people who say, we were the best leadership Wilson class. Are you doing such a great job that that's going to be said about you, maybe?
I think it will be. I mean,
I think it'll at least say that we're the best project ever.
There we go. So. There we go. Yeah. So
best project ever.
That's right. That's right. So we did have a fantastic class, and the whole best class ever that has been taken on a few years. So I would argue to say that we are the best class ever. In fact, it actually came out of Dory's mouth that we were, in fact, the best class ever. So now I don't hear them coming on the radio to dispute it. So
but best project ever is even a different category.
There we go.
And something that y'all, if this I can't help but think somebody's really hit on a great idea here, and it sounds like it is really being successful. You're going to have people thanking you on down the road.
Well, we hope so, and we hope it's the farmers that benefit, honestly. No thanks needed, just seeing them flourish just like the rest of our county. And, as two Wilson County natives, we have, I think, especially being younger, I think we have a kind of a responsibility as our county grows to help maintain that responsible growth, but also remind these people that are coming in, what made Wilson County a place that you want to be. And I think having that tie, those roots, to be welcoming to those people in, but then also showing them, hey, this is what this county was created off of. These are the backs of people that built this county.
Let me ask you this, and you both respond, but I'm wondering, this is kind of I think you really put yourself into this project here. It probably took a little extra time. Have you spent an awful lot of time really getting this on the ground and running?
We have, and it's a thing that we're coming up on about 9 or 10 months of collaboration with each other across 6 professionals that are in our group that have different schedules, that are in all different walks of life. That we had to put our schedules together. We had Zoom meetings, we had face-to-face meetings, and it became a little bit more of a school-type project among adults with kids and with working lives. And it at times it was challenging to get all of our schedules together, but I think the fruits of our labor is really paying off now with the amount of people that we have on Raised and Rooted Wilson County, and it's a direct reflection of the team and what we were able to accomplish over that 9 or 10 months.
Well, I want to ask each of you a little more personal information here. What do you do?
I am a general contractor specializing in remodeling in Wilson County. I was born and raised here. Went to Friendship and graduated from there, and then I got to play for Coach Hunt at Cumberland for 4 years. So that's
you played baseball.
I'm a Wilson County Lebanon through and through.
Well, now we got to talk a little baseball here. What positions you play?
I was a pitcher, and I was on the 2004 national championship team. and I played '04 to '07.
Oh, all right. Well, wonderful. Yeah, you want to talk about your family for a minute?
I do. I'm married to my wife, Lori. We've been married almost 10 years, be 9 this year, and we have 3 kids, Paisley, Parker, and Emmett. They're probably at school by now or daycare, so they're not listening to us. So,
Well, good to have you. The same thing about you, Evan. Tell us a little bit about you.
Yeah, also born and raised right here. Grew up off 109. So my parents grew up in Mount Juliet. So Wilson County
Well,
again.
since you mentioned that,
through and
that's what
through.
we were laughing about
Yeah.
when we came back from the break. I said the wall between
Yeah.
Lebanon and Mount Juliet.
That's right, the
and
Great
we
Wall.
hopefully have torn that down. So.
Yeah. So some people probably hope not. I don't know. But so I'm actually a CPA, tax and business advisor. Have a firm in Mount Juliet.
Certified public accountant.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So my wife and I, Rachel, live in Mount Juliet, and we have one little one, Elsie.
Would both of you recommend what your experience with leadership, Wilson? Now, y'all have worked hard, no doubt, and you've come up with a great project. Is it for nearly everybody?
I wouldn't say it's for everybody, but I highly recommend it. So even I think we have a different perspective from people who were born and raised right here. I pushed it off for a long time, saying, "Oh, the time. I don't have the time. I'm from here. I can't possibly learn anything else about this county." But I was very wrong. I mean, for just hand up, very wrong about the whole process. So I would recommend it. I would recommend leaning into it and really participating, and kind of being open-minded to that too. It is a time commitment. It's not, don't only say, "Oh, it's one day a month." It's not. If you care about it, if you're really driven, if you're pouring into it, then it's not just one day a month. You have your class, your project, you have retreat, you have activities with your classmates, and a lot of other things that you do to get, if people that have been through Leadership Wilson, your cards, to get those events signed off on. So it really is a time commitment, but if you care about this county, if this is a place you call home and you're passionate about, if you run a business in this county, if you just live here and maybe work elsewhere, I would highly recommend it. It really was a cool experience. Gained a lot of friends out of it. So Adam and I didn't know each other at all before we started.
And you recommend it too.
So kind of opposite of what Evan said, was kind of looking forward to more of the networking side of it. And if you know anything about Leadership Wilson and you look at it, you're like, oh, we get to go do all these cool things. We get to see, the super speedway and some of the behind the scenes things. I was looking forward to networking and learning new friends in the area. Little did I know there was a lot more involved. Like Evan said, it is a time commitment. And if you get into it and you pour yourself into it to where you want to get the most out of the class, you're going to do that. And I felt like that I did that. And in the meantime, I made some lifelong friends that I basically grew up with, just didn't know. We also got to do a lot of things that, like this project, that I think will be beneficial to the county. I got to make a lot of new inroads with potential clients, with potential other people in our class that could help us down the road with our Raised and Rooted project. I feel like our class of 30 is one big team now, and we have a group messenger that we all stay together about, and you do become a small family over the course of 10 months. And
all right, we got about 2.5 minutes left. Let's just kind of rehash your project here, the best project ever.
There we go.
Calling it, but it involves agriculture, and summarize it again, if you will.
Yeah. So Raised and Rooted. Join us on Facebook, like and follow, and you can get updates about events and products that these local farms have right here in Wilson County. There's also an interactive map that you can go, you can save the link to so that you can access it quickly. And of course, it'll be growing and being updated and shared there. So you can also interact with our messenger to get access to those products, a little more targeted of what you're looking for. And it's a great. There's no doubt there's a need for it. That our community. So if you can just spread the word, I think to our listeners, if you'll just spread the word about this page, and let's get, as a county, I think we should rally around these farmers it's going to be, as we go into these times, and Hinsley hit on it earlier, there's a lot of things high right now, and those are a lot of things that will impact farmers. So if we just target our dollars right here in this county and support these farmers, then they too will flourish. And I think that's the goal of this project.
One simple thing here. All right, I'm a listener. I've heard all you said. What do I need to do? What's the first thing?
Open up Facebook, search Raised and Rooted Wilson County, like and follow the page.
All right.
Yep.
Raised
and Rooted.
And Rooted in Wilson County.
That's right.
On Facebook.
That's right.
Okay, so that's your start.
Simple as that.
And with that, the rest is up to you. But
That's right.
there's a wealth of information there.
There is.
All these 55 people or so that you've got who have something to contribute to what you're doing here.
That's right.
Okay. Well, I think y'all told the story real well this morning, and it's I've never met either one of you that I know of, but it's so good to have you here. Evan Watson and Adam Tomlinson, Leadership Wilson, and you're younger folks. I wish you well. No doubt you both got a great future and got nice families, and everything's going pretty well, it sounds like.
That's right.
Thanks for being with us.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right, that's going to do it for a Wednesday. I hope you'll join us tomorrow for the Thursday edition. And until tomorrow, I wish you a wonderful day.